right? The correct answer should be HIAD in both eyes, right? So earlier on, if you remember, just like I mentioned, for the add power selection, if your patient refraction addition is from plus 0.75 to plus 150, we will go with low add, and from 175 onwards, we will go with high add. So this is a 175, that's why you should be both eyes fitted with high add power. Right, so now the next product category that we'll be going through in terms of the lens material first will be BioTrue One Day. The material is called Nasofucon A. Right, so I would like to just start off this session here by showing you a video. This video will show you, give you a quick overview and a summary about the lens material, and also to share with you in terms of some of the clinical data that we have.
The living, natural, dynamic human eye continually inspires Bausch & Lomb scientists towards new advances in vision care technology. That's the principle of bio-inspiration embodied in BioTrue One Day lenses. BioTrue One Day lenses are made from a bio-inspired material, Hypergel, that delivers comfortable vision throughout the day. Hypergel is 78% water, from the core through to the lens's surface, matching the water content of the cornea, and it meets the oxygen needs of the open eye. Hypergel also mimics the actions of the lipid layer of tears by preventing dehydration. This extraordinary moisture retention is made possible by the unique molecular properties of the Hypergel material. Within the lens matrix, polymer molecules abound permanently to molecules of a surfactant. This polymer-bound surfactant becomes enriched at the lens surface during manufacturing. This surfactant-rich region is not a coating. Here and throughout the lens, the surfactant is a permanent part of the Hypergel polymer, and its properties are the science behind Hypergel's built-in dehydration barrier, which maintains moisture and a smooth optical surface. Clinical data demonstrate how the Hypergel material makes a difference in patients over 16 hours of wear. BioTrue One Day lenses resist dehydration better than leading daily disposables for maximum moisture on the eye. Among daily disposable wearers who tried BioTrue One Day lenses, more than 4 in 5 agreed that BioTrue One Day made lens wear easier on the eye. And BioTrue One Day lenses were preferred 3 to 1 over their usual daily disposables. BioTrue One Day lenses with Hypergel. Work like your eyes for comfortable vision throughout the day.
Right, so these are some, just a quick summary about what this lens is about. And of course, BioTrue One Day lens is also available, right, to cater to your patient who has astigmatism and those also with presbyopia. Right, so what I'm going through next will be in terms of what is so unique about this lens material, slightly more in detail, right? So this award-winning Hypergel material, right? I think since many years back, we always have hydrogel, and subsequently in 1999 we have silicone hydrogel. So BioTrue One Day Hypergel material, I will always, from my point of view, it's a material whereby it has the benefits of both hydrogel and silicone hydrogel with this added on advantage of dehydration resistance. So this BioTrue One Day with Hypergel is designed to mimic the natural physiology of the eye. It breathes like the eye, it meets the oxygen level the open eye needs, and it works, it moists like the eye because it has a water content of 78%, which is same as your cornea, right? and it also works like the eye, right? The outer lens surface mimic the lipid layer of the tear film, right? So the ingredient that is involved in this is PVP, right? Polyvinyl pyridine and Poloxamer 407. So we actually call this, name this technology surface active technology. So what exactly is this surface active technology? Right, this surface active technology is actually made up of PVP as being the core within the center of the lens, right? This will attract moisture. That's how this actually helps to bring the water content to be at 78%, right? And Poloxamer 407, right, this is the surface active macromer that is being enriched near the surface of the lens, right? But it's part of the lens, it's not a coating, right? During manufacturing process, right? And that actually brings the water content to be at 78%, which is the same as a cornea, and a DK of 42 and a modulus of 46. Right, and BioTrue 1 Day also helps to maximize the moisture retention of the lens through Poloxamer 407, right? It helps to maintain a 98% of its moisture. So if you look at this graph at the bottom, right, towards the left side, it's showing a water loss, and the horizontal axis is showing you the wear time, right? You can see, right, the darker blue line is Nasofucon A, which is BioTrue 1 Day lens, and the lighter blue line is Itafucon A, which is 1 Day IQ Moist, right? So you can see that the BioTrue 1 Day lens material, right, you can start off with subsequent, you do see some water loss, but actually towards the end, it just ends off there, right? It actually shows that the water retention ability is very strong, right? And not only that, with the PVP in place, it's able to bring the water content to be at 78%, which is the same as a cornea. Right, so I thought it'd be interesting to share with you this study here, which is on coefficient of friction. Just to make things simple, right? Coefficient of friction just means that we are talking about like two surfaces, about how you glide over each other, right? So in this particular study here, a rheometer is being used to test out the lenses, right? There are about 4 lenses that's being tested here, right? So about 5 subjects are being recruited for this study to try on the lenses, right? So in terms of coefficient of friction, there are 2 ways of looking at it. One is called static, right? So static, we are looking at the initiation of blink cycle and initiation of movement of the lens on the cornea. Second one is called kinetic. So kinetic is we are looking at how easily the eyelid moves over the contact lens and the ease of movement of the lens over the cornea. So the patients are being asked to wear these lenses, right, for 4 hours, and after 4 hours they will remove the lens and we will use the rheometer to measure the static coefficient of friction. And you can see from here with Nasofucon A lenses, which is BioTrue 1 Day, actually shows a lower coefficient of friction. And in terms of kinetic coefficient of friction, again, BioTrue 1 Day shows a lower coefficient of friction over here. So how does this relate in terms of patients, how does it benefit patients, I would say, right? It's actually true, a study which actually indicate if let's say a lens comes with a lower coefficient of friction, means that the person will have a better end of day comfort with that particular contact lens, right? So in another study over here, which is looking at BioTrue 1 Day on pre-lens tear film stability, right? In this particular study, a group of subjects, 46 of them, they are being asked to try on 2 material, which is Nasofucon A, that is BioTrue 1 Day, Dalifucon A, that is Dailies Total 1, right? These subjects are being asked to wear the lens for at least 8 hours, right? After wearing the lens for 8 hours, they are being asked to sit in front of a tear scope, right? And upon cessation of blink, the time is taken, they start the time, and when this blur out is appearing on the tearscope images, right? The time is stopped and recorded in seconds. So you can see from the data here that the pre-lens tear film stability with nasopharyngeal A material averagely is 12.08 seconds, which is for BioTrue 1 day, compared to 9.06 seconds for Delificon A. Right, so that is on the uniqueness of the material of BioTrue 1 day lens material. Right, so we also had this innovation being designed to come out with this lens called BioTrue 1 day for astigmatism. Right, so for BioTrue 1 day for astigmatism, the lens design-wise, we actually call it blink-inspired peribolus design. So it's actually basically designed for comfort and stability on the eye. So for this lens, it comes with a front surface single conic design, right? And on the back surface, it comes with a bitoric, right? On the back surface of the lens, and it's coupled with a spherical aberration control in both axes. And it also comes with a large optic zone, which will help the patient, especially under low light condition. So with this evolved peribolus lens design for comfort and stability, right? The toric back surface is designed to complement the curvature of the eye. And the peribalusted design is to work with the natural blink pattern. And this peribolus design is actually placed on the front surface of the lens. And the spherical aberration control in both axes helps to reduce halos and glare. Right? So the amount that we have put up here is a minus 0.18 micron, but how do we come up with this value is by looking at a study which show that on average a human spherical aberration amount is about plus 0.18 micron. And the top edge of the line of the lens itself is a thin tapered edge design for limited lid interaction. And you also come with the prism-free optic zone. And on the lens itself, you'll see there are two lens marking. It comes with a short stroke and a long stroke. Right. For the short stroke over here is actually an axis indicator to designate the axis of the cylinder power. Meaning, if let's say on the lens itself, you see this stroke over here, this is showing you axis that the patient is wearing is 20 degree. Right. If the axis were to go to 12 o'clock position, meaning the axis of this lens the patient is wearing will be 90 degree. Right. And if you look at the lens, where you see the long stroke, that is for orientation, checking the lens orientation to check the rotational stability of the lens. And of course, this longer stroke can be used by the patient for insertion. So usually for Bausch & Lomb lenses, I would advise the patient to actually face the stroke towards themselves before putting on the lens. That will help them to have a very clear vision the moment they put it on. But what happens if the patient could not actually see the markings? Right, it's fine. They can just put it on, and what they need to do is they just need to blink their eye for a few times. Usually the longer stroke will slowly turn itself and go to the 6 o'clock position. Right, so that's the design-wise for BioTrue 1 day for astigmatism. Right, so in terms of results that's being tested out by your peers, right, this result here demonstrates fitting success. Right, you can see that more than 90% of them rated saying that they are satisfied with the speed of fitting of this lens, rotation, the reported rotation of 10 degrees or less, and also they also said they observe consistent lens stability. So from real-world experiences from patients, more than 90% agree that this lens provides consistently clear vision throughout the day, clear vision while looking at smartphone or tablet for long periods. And they also agree that this lens helps to reduce halos and glare in low light condition. Right, so here is a table to show you the specification for BioTrue 1 day, BioTrue 1 day for astig, and BioTrue 1 day for presbyopia. Right, I will not go through everything, but just to highlight certain things that I've not gone through. Right, the base curve for BioTrue 1 day sphere and BioTrue 1 day for presbyopia is at 8.6, and BioTrue 1 day for astig base curve is at 8.4. For lens diameter, Biotrue 1 day and Biotrue 1 day for presbyopia is at 14.2, and Biotrue 1 day for astigmatism is at 14.5. Right. So with this lens, it comes with a UV indicator. Right. It's a UV protector of class 2 block. Right. So most of the time with a class 2, it's sufficient for daily usage. You only need to go to a class 1 if you are going to mountaintop, like for example going for skiing, right? Then you need a class 1 protection, right? So just take note, this lens is available in 30-piece pack and also a 90-piece pack. So in terms of power-wise, for the sphere power, it's available from +6 to -9 for the spherical lens. For astigmatism, you'll notice it goes from +4 all the way to -9, right? But just do take note in terms of cylinder power-wise, there's some variation of the axis availability, right? So from plano to -6, for the first three axes like -075, -125, and -175, it's available with 12 axes, right? For -225, it comes with 4 axes, right? For -600 and above, right, range, for -075, -125, -125, and -175, it comes with 12 axes. For -225, it's available with 4 axes. So for the plus power range, it's available for cylinder power, highest is at -175, and the number of axes available, there are 6 of them, right? Let's move into the Biotrue 1 day for presbyopia. So for presbyopia, it's available from +6 to -9 diopters, and again, it goes in 0.25 steps, meaning even after 600, it's still available in 0.25 steps, which will help in our troubleshooting when we fit patient with the presbyopia lens. So again, for the addition wise, from +075 to +150, spectacle add, we recommend low add, and +175 onwards, we recommend to go with both eyes high add. Right, so I've come to the end of my presentation, right? So there are 3 things to remember, right? For Biotrue 1 day range and Ultra, it provides moisture retention for all day comfort, and it also provides consistently clear vision with our spherical aberration control and also the lens design aspect, right? And also for the lens material wise, it provides you with this moisture retention. So that will also help in terms of vision. And last but not least, it provides a complete full range for all your patient needs from for patient who has myopia, hyperopia, astigmatism, and presbyopia, right? So hopefully with this range of products, you'll bring innovation to your patient and your practice. Right, so I'd like to just move into questions after we have gone through so much, right? We've come to the last part of the questions. So this is question number 7, right? So you can let me know which of the following is used in nasophilicon A lens to create a dehydration barrier.